Right, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good actually, considering the circumstances. But yeah, how are you?
Yeah, really good. I've enjoyed the show so far. I've only seen one episode.
Oh, cool.
But I
I'm
am,
glad to hear you enjoyed it.
yeah, I'm not a binge watcher, you see. I don't like to watch 10 things in one go. I like to take my time with it. So even though I've got to watch them for interviews, I still take my time.
Yeah, I completely understand, and it means you're not rushing it. That's cool as well. But I do have to say so. I think because of the way the storytell structure this show has, it's very. I think it's made to be seen in two goes.
Yeah.
See 3 episodes tonight and just have like 2 feature films.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be good. They should turn it into a film. Yeah. Well, so I'm going to get started. It says that Vivian's recording the call, which is good. So my first question is just, if you could just tell me a little bit about your character and how he fits into the Letter for the King.
Yeah, sure. Prince Viridian is the son of King Viridian. He's the king of Dagenhart. Sorry, you gotta understand. I always forget if I'm from Dagenhart or Unau, and I keep just. But anyways, he's the son of the king, and he has been sent off at a very early age to conquer the unknown lands of Aviellen when he was 13 years old. And now, after more than a decade of war, he has succeeded, and he's returning home. And the people do not really know if his intentions for coming home are good or bad. Is he friend or foe? So everyone has his own expectation of what this homecoming will turn out to be. And this mysterious letter that is going around the kingdom might have the answer. So I think the core Viridian is a very vulnerable child troubled by war and trying to do what is good in his own opinion.
Yeah, because is it important for you that you find that sort of strand of humanity in him that you can connect to? Because I guess the character on paper is a bit of a sort of villain, but I guess for you, in order to portray him properly, do you have to find something about him that you like, that you can empathise with?
Well, of course. First answer, yes. You do, because otherwise you cannot play him properly. You do have to understand him, because no one is a villain. No one is. People who you think are very evil do not wake up every day and think, what's the evil stuff I'm going to do today? They think they're doing the right thing. They're just seeing it from a different perspective. So in order to be able to play a character, especially someone as complex as Viridian, you really have to dive deep and start agreeing for the time being. So I completely understand Viridian. And when I was on set, I even agreed with him. And there was no question about it. For the second part of the question, though, I didn't perceive him as a complete bad guy reading him on paper. And that's why I was so interested in portraying this character, because look at me, I might be an asshole, but I don't come across as evil or as intimidating or all those things. So if I would have read the guy as such a character, I would have never been interested in portraying him, because I wouldn't have been able to.
Yeah, but is it quite fun though, conversely, to exercise those kind of dark sides?
Sorry, it was a lag.
I was going to say, is it quite fun though, or quite cathartic to exercise those kind of darker sides because those darker sides to humanity are kind of within all of us, and is it quite enjoyable to have the chance here to exercise them, but without obviously having to do it in your own skin?
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. That's what I love about making movies, is that you get to experience stuff you would never get to experience in your own life, and this varies from actual experiences as horse riding lessons or going to different countries and different places, but also getting to say stuff you would never say in your own life, getting to shout at people I would never shout at. I mean, you have Peter Ferdinando, who plays Jaro, who's basically my I don't know, my bulldog, and he's just going around doing the dirty work, and he actually enjoys it. But he is all the things I don't have, you know, all the good stuff I lack. That's what he's all about that, and he's a lovely guy, by the way. But there was this one scene I would never dare to yell at this guy ever, although he's lovely. I mean, I don't want to get on his wrong side, because I have no idea what would happen. But there was this scene where I was angry at him, and before we started the take, I walked up to the director and I said, "Okay, I just want to do something to just get in the mood of the scene, but I don't want to tell them. So are you okay with that?" And we say, yeah, go ahead. So I sat in my chair. It's just he's standing at my desk, and I just sat in my chair. And right before action, I just said, "You filthy piece of shit. You ugly motherfucker." And that's when I started the actual scene. And he didn't know this was coming. But he was just very surprised, and I had the same energy as well, because I didn't know if he would like it or not, and that's what I was going for. You know, I want to have this. That's what I wanted to have, that element of surprise, and that was just amazing to do that. Because just as soon as they called cut, I was like, oh, okay, sorry. That was not. I mean, I'm so sorry, and he was laughing because he loved it. But one of the producers did walk up to me straight away, and he said, so things like fuck and mother, that's not okay. And I was like, no, I know. And the director came and said, man, we had an agreement. So that was fun.
I guess also, talking of fun, I mean, in terms of riding horses and wielding swords and all that sort of stuff, does it feel like a big playground when you make a movie like this? Because I guess you get that whole kind of, it's all dressing up and so many extras are around. From my perspective, it looks like it'd be incredibly fun. I know you're focusing on the acting, but is it
exactly
yeah?
So that's the only thing with describing it as a playground is that it might then it might look like we're not taking it seriously. And that's the only thing. I was taking it very seriously, and I was everyone was very focused, and so it was work. We were working, but there were these kind of two layers, and I've experienced this a couple of times, and that's when I have the most fun on set, where you're doing something that's actually horrible. I mean, all the scenes, I'm not in a good mood in none of those scenes. He's in a terrible place. But the best moments are when you're actually feeling that, and you actually feel the vibe of the scene and the story you're trying to tell. But at the same time, there's this weird layer underneath that, and that's where you're really enjoying what you're doing. And that's the playground. But we are very serious. And if you see me on set, if you see me walking around on set, you think, oh, he's depressed. This guy, I don't know what's going on with him, but oh man, he should see someone. But I'm having the best time. I'm really enjoying myself. It is a playground, but we're very much working at the same time, and that makes it even more fun.
So I'm quite new to this tale, but is it quite a famous one in the Netherlands? Is it something that you would have grown up with?
Yeah. With Mike to me as a child, and he read it to me from the exact same copy his father used to read it to him. So I really grew up with it. And Tonke is very, very famous and very respected Dutch author. So yeah, people know that this is coming. That's an understatement, which is scary, but at the same time, I'm not that worried about it because we really wanted to make our own version of this incredible story and tell it to the world. So we're taking a lot of liberty, but I think we have the right reasons to do so. We do it with a lot of respect. But we're not doing it in order to give the core fans, the original target audience, the same experience they had before. If you hold strong value to the book and its plot, and if you want to see everything that you read about in the book portrayed on the big screen, then I'm sorry, but this is not for you. But if you're a fan of what the story is all about, the message, then this is very much for you, because we're trying to revive it, or not revive it, because the book is still very much alive, but we're trying to give it a new audience. And I would love for children who see this and become fans of the show, for them to pick up the book and start reading it. Because you can have another experience which just continues on the same message, or we continue on it, of course.
So my final question was just then about how thrilled you are it's found a home on Netflix. I mean, particularly at the moment with so much of us stuck indoors, you must be so thrilled with the accessibility of a show like this, that you know it's going to be reaching so many homes. And also, what are your thoughts on the sort of binge watching culture? Do you binge watch?
Yeah, I binge watch sometimes. I've binge watched Stranger Things and La Casa de Papel and a couple of obvious ones, but I know I have my moments. I watch a lot of film, and we have a very good system in the Netherlands with cinema, so I can see everything I want. But I think I like binge watching, but not always. But I think this is the perfect, as I said before, because it has the same storytelling structure as a feature film. I think this is the perfect in-betweener for binging, but don't feel like you're glued to a screen for a couple of days. I think just 2 nights, 3 episodes a night, you get the best of both worlds.
Well, we've all got the time to do it at the moment.
Yeah, we do. And I think it's very the perfect show to watch with the entire family. So I think that's what people are looking for, because you have a lot of people at home, but most of them have only one television, I think. So this is the perfect agreement.
Yeah.
Something for everyone.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, thank you so much for the time today. It's been a real pleasure speaking to you, and good luck with the release and stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey